Hey you, welcome back. My name is Yubi. I'm your astro-friendly Latina therapist, entertaining tarot with you. And this is Tarot My Becoming. I am coming to you from Truckee, California. I came to just get away for the weekend. So I'm a hop, skip, and a jump from Lake Tahoe. And so I'm enjoying just being here in the fall. I love fall. Like, fall is one of my favorite times of the year. The crispness, the change in the colors, the season, like it's not too hot, not too cold. It's like fresh. You can warm up if you wanted to. You can turn the fire on and like then put a jacket on if you get too hot. You know, like it's just the right amount of weather for me. I don't even know how I use the right words, but anyways. I've been trying to go through my Dolly deck. Don't mind the hair. Like when I do my hair curly, it's hard to maintain. It's hard to manage. It has a life of its own. It's having a life of its own. And I'm rocking my CCSF sweater, City College, San Francisco, which is free, by the way, for anybody who wants to live in San Francisco. That's why I'm taking courses, because I'm having so much fun, like just learning different things. I think I'm having such a wonderful experience at City College compared to the other places. Not that the other places weren't great, but City College just offers like really interesting classes that I'm just like, I've never heard of these classes before. Wow. So yeah, just a little plug-in for City College. But anyways, so I brought my Dolly deck. For those of you that haven't been watching, I purchased a Salvador Dali tarot deck, and I got it right before I came on this trip. And so I decided to bring it with me because of the artwork. And so I took the time. I wasn't going to use it. I was just going to sit with the art and like try to dissect how he was capturing that particular tarot card, or that tarot, like the traditional tarot card. Dude, I couldn't. Like, this got activated, the different part of my brain got activated. And because it's the part of my brain that, like, I'm creative, right? I'm a Gemini, like a stellium, I'm a Gemini. Like, I can have ideas, but I'm creative in a different way than other artists, if you will. Not that I consider myself an artist per se, but I create, right? But like, when I look at, I'm an appreciator of art. Like, I can go and get lost. I love going to museums by myself. I like going and having my music on and just like walking and getting lost on my own time and getting lost in the artwork and like just taking it all in and like feeling all the stuff. And just looking at these cards, like, it just brought up a lot of like emotion and like curiosity, and I'm like just staring at it, trying to break it apart into small pieces and like trying to digest it and understand it. So the different part of my brain was being activated, and so I said, I have to put this aside. Like, I had to put it aside. Like, that's how overwhelming it felt, in a good way. Oh, sorry. Anywho, it was just overwhelming in a good way. So I had to stop though. I had to stop because I was like, you know what? Let me just play with it. So I figured I wanted to do a Dolly session. Spit it out, you spit it out. I wanted to do a Dolly session. I wanted to just do a reading, a timeless reading, Dolly special or whatever. And I think I'm also thinking of changing the timeless messages from lunchtime to the morning. So hopefully this one will come out on Monday morning. Yeah, on Monday morning. And so, yeah, I'm shoveling it because it's brand new. I haven't used it, so my intention is for whoever is attracted to the title, the Dolly special, I don't know what I'm calling it, but there's something in here for you if you're watching. It's a timeless message, so I use past, present, and future, 3 rows. It's a general reading, so it may or may not apply to you. Don't make it apply, don't force it if it doesn't make sense. And then I think I'm still gonna use the Sacred Earth Oracle, just because we're still out here in nature. And it feels so good. I didn't come, like, it's fall, so it's still early in terms of like the season. And it's a family place, so like there's stuff for kids, like ice ring, but there's no snow, so but it's still nice to just be able to walk around a bit. Yeah. So anyways, I'm glad that I'm here. I'm glad that I'm out in nature. I'm excited for tomorrow when I drive back home, because it's gonna look great. I'm probably gonna do some pit stops because it'll be during the day. Yeah, so past, present, future, Dolly special edition. We'll see what the title is afterwards. I'm excited. My heart is racing. My heart is racing because I'm excited to see. I didn't go through the whole deck, like sitting and like reflecting on each one. So I want to just kind of wing it and kind of just jump right in and see how it goes. So I apologize in advance if, you know, I'm human, make mistakes. I'm just having fun with this. Just having so much fun. I am preparing the mid-month reading. So because this is hopefully coming out on Monday, today, right? If I'm pretending it's the future and you're present, you should be getting Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, water signs, posted, the mid-month reading, and then every 3 signs after that on a different date. And I will try to figure out how to do the timeless messages in the morning this time. No more lunch hour special, like shit. Get it over with, right? Get it over with, done with. And wish me luck, because I have a quiz. I have a quiz that's coming up. And in my Italian class, dude, I'm struggling in that class. Like, there's people that are super smart. Super smart. Like, I met a girl, Latina, by the way. She knows Korean, Spanish, English, and now Italian. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, con trabajo se entiende el español. Con trabajo se entiende el español. And I'm like passing Italian. I'm like, you go, girl. Camila, if you're watching this, like, kudos to you. Kudos to you. 4 fucking languages. All right, so Dolly special, timeless special. Dolly timeless special. 3 cards. For those who's watching, ahí está uno. Ooh, surface level stuff. Surface level stuff. If you see the feminine energy, her eyes are open. Masculine energy, todavía dormido. Wakey, wakey. Wake up. Buenos dias. There's something about, like, you know, looking beyond the surface, right? Kind of like that whole don't judge a book by its cover. It looks like they're in the water. Their surface, like the water energy, but kind of to look beyond the surface. Looking beyond the surface. A ver qué sale. Mira, aquí van 2. Revision and discernment. Look how pretty these are. Gosh, this is why I like this deck so much. They're just so gorgeous. The artwork, like, it is beautiful. Revision and discernment. So there's definitely something about doing something again. Mercury is going into retrograde, and so that makes sense, right? Revision, looking, all the REs, revise, review, revisit, restate. especially with Mercury in communication. Like, you know, just take your time, right? Review something. And then there's discernment, which is, again, like this upgraded, like, discernment is what you do once you have the information that you need, right? The actions that you take, you're being mindful, you're considering everything you've reviewed, right? Before you make a choice. And there's even patience. There's earth energy here. So slowing down that process of making a choice, not feeling rushed to make a choice. Yeah, not feeling rushed to make a choice. Looking at your options. All right, let's see how this goes with the late edition. So 3 for surface, past, present for revision, and 3 for discernment. Here we go. 3 cards, please. Nope, 3 cards. For surface, for the past, 3 cards. Oh no, son dos. You have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 8 of Swords. I'm just gonna have to put a close up. 8 of Swords. Look at that. You have the 2, 3, 4. I have to count. Look, I can be a little slow in some things, okay? Numbers are my thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups. So there's definitely like sadness. There's definitely, I mean, the 8 of Swords is feeling stuck. It's a perceived stuckness. There's something about a connection. I mean, if you look at this, there's a statue, and then there's a painted man. Like, the painted man is like, this is a statue. They're like either saying goodbye or kind of, there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect here. I mean, 5 of Cups is oftentimes around grief and loss. And it's almost like they've been like either separated or she's leaving. You got 2 cards here. 6 of Cups. So 6 of Cups to 7 of Cups. Okay. Yeah, it's a connection because look, this is the 6 of Cups. La niña y el niño. So you go from the 5 of Cups to the 6 of Cups to the 7 of Cups. So there's definitely this progression in terms of like emotional experience with this particular connection. So again, it's so fascinating. It's like these people in the 5 of Cups are grown up. They're grown-ups. But there's something about like a separation or a loss or like some type of goodbye that occurred. Yeah, like there's exposure. Shit. There's exposure. She's exposed. So there's something about like her exposure. There's something about third party energy because there's like 3 cards right here. There's 2 that are standing up and he's like kind of like wait like that, and she's like bye. That's what it looks like. Sometimes I laugh because not that I'm like I just some people might get upset because I laugh at stuff that maybe are like sad or like I try to find the funny and stuff. It just makes everything lighter. But then it's like the kid energy again, like 6 of Cups. I've mentioned before that 6 of Cups could mean like soulmate, someone from the past, but it could also mean like a gift from the universe, or it could also mean like the sense of like inner child healing. And so if you look, these cups are full of flowers and it's like the little boy and the little girl, right? And they're together, they're sitting together. But if you look behind them, there's an image. It just stood out. There's an image. I don't know if you can see it. So there's the eyelashes, and then there's like the brain, or like this part right here, and then los cuernos. So there was something unhealthy. There was something toxic about this connection. There was something this is opening, right? But there was also something like, there was an innocence to the connection, but there was something toxic or like a clearing behind that needed to, like, something unhealthy that needed to be cleared out, right? Which could be why she was walking away. Like the 3 cups are on the floor, right? So it's like there were 3 cups, like she was walking away from third-party situations, and so there's something that was in the background, and it was brought to the awareness because of this. And so then there were options. There were options given. There were options. The 7 of Cups. There's options. You know, like when you walk away from something, there's always going to be options. Like, which options are you going to pick? So that's up to you, right? So it went from feeling stuckness energy, right? 8 of Swords to the 5 of Cups, feeling grief over a loss of a relationship. But there's also something liberating because, again, she's exposed. So there's this feeling of like exposure, and then like some type of spiritual awakening, an awareness about this connection that it was unbalanced or it was unhealthy, and now having a lot of options. So that's in the first row. Let's do 3 for revision. You have the High Priestess. So yeah, definitely a spiritual awakening, definitely a knowingness, a balancing of the light and the dark. Sorry, it's just, yeah, she has knowledge in her hands. There's a sadness to her. There's a sadness in her face. And look at the revision card. So even in the revision card, there's like sadness. There's some type of sadness. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune. Cycles ending. There had to be a walking away. Yeah, this allowed for a cycle to close. Even here in the revision, there's like these cycles at the bottom, and they're cycled through the dragon. So if you like look really close, like there's a dragon, but there's like this cyclical nature here. So this definitely needed to close out. This connection, or this experience needed to close out. Caballero de Bastos. So the Knight of Wands. So there was definitely a movement after this. In which direction, I'm not sure. We'd have to look. Some type of Leo energy, some type of passionate action that was being called in. It was being called in. Just looking at that horse. It was being called in. But you know what? This horse looks like the Knight of Pentacles. Like the way the horse, like it's just stuck. Like it doesn't look like it's moving fast. Even though it's the Knight of Wands, it gives the illusion like it's just trotting along. So there's something slow about that card. And it could be, right, like this revision aspect, like you're doing things slowly, right? To review, to make sure there's some type of discernment in that choice. 3 for the future, please, for discernment. Oh, there, you're 3. Oh no, you have 4. Shoot. Okay. Yeah. Sota de Bastos. So now you're going back to Caballeros King. What is it? Page of Bastos. So because of that revision, right, and that discernment, taking a step back. And so now instead of Caballero de Bastos, it is Sota de Bastos. So Page of Wands, right? So taking your time, right? So you're going from on a horse to now walking. So slower energy, but it makes sense. Like if the discernment is there. There's almost, look, oh gosh, this is so fascinating. If you look here, there's like worry. It's gonna look creepy, but look, it looks like un murciélago agarrando un cuerpo, like holding on to, like latching on. So it's almost like a fear of the devil, of like the fear of getting caught up into something, the fear of getting tied down or tied, or getting caught up in that whole devil energy, right? If you remember from the beginning, there was this like this particular connection, there was something unhealthy about it. And so there's almost like a and even like these two sota de bastos, there's two. So it's almost like, you know, like that devil and the angel like talking to you and having to make a decision like that. Like that's what is coming out. Okay, so the other ones that you got, the magician was next, el mago. So again, the magician is having everything that you need. But the interesting thing about this magician, look at, and it's Dali, like so it's Salvador Dali. See, there's still this feeling of like being held back. So like look at his face. I mean, yes, the guy was eccentric, but look at his face. Like se ve asustado. Like there's a fear, and he's even holding his hands. Like the traditional magician has his arms extended, right? Like I'm powerful. Like bring it. This one, he's, again, there's this like closed off energy of like, I'm not sure. And then you have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, this one first. This one was at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of Pentacles. Now, the fascinating thing about this 4 of Pentacles is they're opposites. So usually the 4 of Pentacles, the 3 are in the bottom and the 1 is at the top. And I've always had, when I look at that card, it reminds me of like the 3 tangible, the 3 earth, the number 3 related to earth. And then the 1 that's like from the heavens, the one that's circling above in their crown. And that one for me is like an intangible gift. So 3 earthly gifts and 1 intangible gift. This one is opposite, and it's almost like 3 chances, 3 experiences, but there's one that's going to ground you. There's one that's going to ground you, and the thing too, like it's like finding. Look at the one who's trying to ground themselves. They're looking at this person. It's almost like options. If there's this feeling about options, there's this feeling about like who will give this person the opportunity to ground the pentacles, these 3 ideas, and ground them into reality. So it's like the opposite. So there's definitely, again, sota de bastos, right? There's one energy, caballero de bastos, but this slowing down energy of like, how do I do this? Who do I ask for help? Who do I ask for help to help me ground these 3 pentacles into something tangible, into the earth energy? And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nueve de bastos. So now it's like a lot of work. There's a lot of work. But this one, fascinating card. So it's the 9 of Wands. So 9 of Wands is usually like where you're exhausted, you have to stand your ground, you're doing things on your own. But then there's like this shadow element here, the shadow that's dying or coming back to life. Dying, not a shadow. Yeah, like there's just something about like this death process. There's something about a death process. But it's like just fascinating. Like he's like in the greenery, just like she is in the discernment card, but she's above and he's below. Like look at that. Like there's just this like slowness. Yeah, I just it's just this is mind-boggling for me. So there's definitely this desire to move forward. There's this desire to make a choice, but there's this slowness to it. There's this like, holding back feeling. Even though you have everything you need, that's the thing. The magician has everything they need. They have these ideas, but it's like, I don't know. I need help. You need help. You need help to ground those ideas, and you need help too for the sustainment. Like, this is close to the 10 of Wands energies too. So it's just kind of like you have a lot going on. So it's almost like you don't want to burn yourself out. You don't want to die through this process. Like, you want to ask for help. Let's clarify. Let's go with tarot on this one. Let's clarify this. We'll use this to not to clarify, but to do 3 cards of advice. 3 cards for practical advice with all this. And then I'll pull out oracle card, one more oracle card. But yeah, it's just, there's something that was surface level, something that was like, that came to an awareness. And if we're entertaining the fact that this couple might be this couple, right? Her eyes are awake. He's not. She's exposed, like standing up. He's still laying down. So again, there's this element of like, one of you has, there's a choice, and I'm not sure if what the choice is about. It could be finances, it could be passion because of the wands, it could be pentacles. It's either passion or pentacles, because all I'm seeing is fire. I'm seeing wands, I'm seeing pentacles. Yeah. So it has to do with finances, it has to do with resources, it has to do with heart in the sense of like a passion project and feeling unsure. But I'm trying to figure out like this relationship thing, because it's at the beginning but it's not at the end. And maybe it was just the connection that needed to occur, that needed to end, that needed that healing to start so that that cycle could end, to embrace passions, to rediscover what makes you feel good. But it's just a trip. Like, this particular magician looks scared, even though they have everything they need. They don't know where you're going. Maybe you don't know how to do this. And that's why there's a lot of like revision, like take your time, discernment, don't go too fast. Wow. These are intense. These are intense. Okay, 3 cards. 3 cards of practical advice for those who are watching. If this is their story, 3 cards of practical advice. 3 cards of practical advice. 3 de espadas. In the advice, it could be to heal a heartbreak, to more. Oof. Yeah, 5 de copas. Again, 5 de copas. So there's definitely grief, there's definitely loss, there's definitely the need to turn around and look that you still have options. So even though it seems like things are lost, the opposite of this is like, hey, no, look, if you just looked up, there's an option, there's options here, right? Not all is lost, in essence. Not all is lost. One more, please. Not all is lost. Yeah, there's just such a sadness to this La Torre. So some type of awakening, some type of awareness, some type of new information. Let's do one more, please. Clarify La Torre. I mean, the tower. There was 2 that popped out. The tower in the tower in like a helpful position is that you're using the knowledge of something that was devastating into something that's your benefit, right? And so it's kind of like the opposite of like falling without knowing or having struck without knowing to now taking action with knowing. And taking action is kind of the same thing as tower moments in reverse. A tower moment rocks the world for something to happen. But the opposite of that is where you take your action to make something happen, right? So you are, in essence, your own tower moment making change. You are evoking change on your own rather than it being evoked onto you. And so it's not a bad thing. It's more of like an awareness of the choices that you're making. The other two cards that came out were La Estrella and Los Tres de Oro. So yeah, definitely healing, right? Again, Tres de Espadas is heartbreak, but if it's in the position of like, what's the advice? It's healing, right? Which is again reinforced by La Estrella, and partnership. So asking for help, asking for people, a community to go through this process, so that again, being intentional, right? Using your discernment, looking at your past, reviewing and revising the experiences you've had, how you've navigated them before, and revisiting them and saying like, was that helpful the way that I navigated it? Like, could I have done something different, right? And you know, making sound judgments that make you feel better. I think this is like the masculine having some type of spiritual awakening or taking some type of action, but in a way that's in alignment with them, where it's more discerning. There's clearly fear, there's clearly uncertainty, there's clearly second guessing of capabilities, but you have these great ideas, and it's just a matter of learning how to ground them. Yeah, so that you don't get stuck with like too much work or feeling stuck again. I mean, look, we started with stuckness and we're ending with stuckness. And so I think it's like, again, the cycle comes, and the middle card of everything was the Wheel of Fortune. So this was smack in the middle. And so if we're looking at this, you know, in different ways, you're starting off feeling stuck, you're ending feeling overwhelmed. And I think the key to this is how you are reviewing and revisiting this cycle, the cycle that ended and the cycle that's beginning, so that you can make a more discerning choice of what you want to create with the Magician, so that the Magician isn't so scared in this card. Yeah. I hope that was helpful. Wow, this was really like intense. But in like a fascinating experience. Yeah, so if this message is for you, let me know how you're feeling. Let me know what decisions you're thinking. I mean, you don't have to let me know, right? I'm just to engage in community, right? In conversation. It's just like, you're not alone. Like, you're not alone. Like, if you're afraid of like making a decision, you can join our community. It's free. I have a community that I'm trying to create for people to like share what works for you, like kind of like a positive community, not bashing on any specific type of healing practice, but just kind of sharing like, this is what worked for me and this is how it worked for me, and how to support other people in that process of like figuring out what to do next. Maybe you just need to run your idea by somebody, right? And so yeah, so you can join our community if you're, you know, just needing that extra listening ear, or just someone to like go over something with you. You're never alone. You're never alone in your process of becoming. There's always going to be someone. There's always going to be something waking you up or giving you information so that you can make better choices for yourself. So I hope this was helpful. Yeah, press the like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Let me know in the comment section if you like these dolly. This was an experiment. Like, I just wanted to see and feel out using the dolly cards. But yeah, like I'm noticing like I have to like sit with it for a little bit and look at the picture and like kind of analyze it a little bit and see what stands out for me. But that was fun. It felt serious, but fun. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, okay. My name is Yubi. I'm your astro-friendly Latina therapist. And thanks for entertaining tarot with me for your becoming. Until next time. Sorry, I just realized that I didn't pull out an oracle card for guidance. So let me do that right now. An oracle card to help this group of people navigate that insecurity. And I hope you know that you never have a wrong choice. Like, you can never make a wrong choice. Every choice you make is going to lead you to that next point of clarity, right? So you can never get it wrong because you're just constantly like, right? Aligning, adjusting, until you get to a point where you do that less and less. So for whatever it's worth. All right, card of advice. Oops, I didn't pick up all of them. Card of advice for that group of people. Sacred Earth Oracle, card of advice. And we'll read the earthly message. Oh, the earthly and the fragments. Look at this one. Totally Salvador Dali. Like, if you've ever seen his work. Fragments, look at that. Totally screams out Salvador Dali. Hi. Fragments, here we go. Earthly meeting. A past or hidden event influences a current situation. Trust issues due to secrecy or deception. Now, deception could also, it could be like lying, but it could also be withholding information. A childhood ordeal is brought into the light. 6 of Cups energy. Reflect on and draw your own meaning from it. Hold your broken self or another in a loving orbit until it is strong and beautiful once more. There are parts of yourself you are yet to realize. Take your time getting to know someone. So it makes sense, right? Discernment. Take your time with that. Spiritual meaning. Beyond your thoughts, there is the mirror of infinity. It is a clear space through which you will see your true reflection. Here you can see your whole self, your shadows and your light. See that you are beautiful. You have nothing to prove, nothing to hide. You are blessed and held in the loving field of the Divine Mother. Yeah, beautiful. That's a beautiful way to end. Hope that helps. All right, until next time.